Today I'm filming the 2021 Chevy Suburban RST. As you guys can see, is right behind me. My tester is painted in this gray wood metallic paint, which looks really good with the black accents. My tester is the RST model here, but looking at the front fascia here of the Suburban, I like these multi-reflector LED headlights here. They do have an automatic low and high beam function with an LED daytime running light with an LED turn signal. Chevy got rid of the LED fog lights here on this generation of Suburban. There's front parking sensors. There's a blacked out Chevy bow tie here. There's a front facing camera. I do like this grille here. The RST is more of a sporty type city driving package here, which I would honestly recommend getting. It's like the sweet spot in the Suburban lineup here. But making our way to the side profile here of the Suburban, looking at these tires, these are 275/50 Bridgestone tire. They're wrapped in this 22-inch rim design. I like the silver with the gloss black finish here, the multi-spoke finish. This is probably one of my favorite wheel setup choices in the Suburban Tahoe lineup here. Chevy did a really good job with redesigning this wheel here. There's your blacked out Suburban badge there. There's an LED sight marker here. My tester is missing a panoramic sunroof. I like the roof rails here, so just in case you wanted to put extra stuff on top of the Suburban, you can definitely do so. But making our way to the rear here of the Suburban, looking at these taillights, they're going to be a LED combination with an LED brake light, with an incandescent turn signal, with an incandescent reverse light. There's your Chevy bow tie, which is blacked out back here in the rear. There's the Suburban name, which is blacked out as well. There's this massive RST badge, which stands for Raleigh Sport Truck, if you guys didn't know what RST stands for. Down here, there's going to be rear parking sensors. There's reflectors integrated into the bumper. And once you remove this plastic piece here, Chevy says you can tow around 8,300 pounds, which is pretty good. There's LED lights for the tag. There is a standard backup camera. And to open up this rear feature here, most competitors still do this. Once you press that, just in case you want to open up the whole liftgate here, you can just do that and to drop some groceries into there instead of opening up the whole liftgate here. You can close this back, and Chevy hid the rear wiper underneath the rear spoiler here. The third brake light lives up top. And just in case you wanted to open up the tailgate here, you can either use the key fob or you can press the button underneath here. It is a power opening tailgate here. There's plenty of cargo space back here. You can also fold down the third row here to give you more cubic feet of space. Once you fold down everything in the Suburban, Chevy says you get 144.7 cubic feet of space. There is a household outlet back here, so just in case you want to do a little bit of tailgating, you can definitely do so. And underneath here, Chevy does throw in some underfloor compartments for storage. So I'm sitting inside the interior of the 2021 Chevy Suburban. Chevy did a fantastic job here with the new generation Suburban, also with Tahoe. I haven't filmed the Yukon just yet, but I do have a couple of Escalade reviews on my channel. So if you guys want to check out that interior or to check out that review, you have to just look at my channel or check out the description box down below. But looking here at the RST trim here of the Suburban, it looks really nice in here. I like the red stitching splashed throughout the interior here, but I wish Chevy would have offered red seats. You may have to get that with the dealer install option. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that one, guys. But to start up the Suburban here, just put your foot on the brake and press the start stop button right here. My tester has the company's 5.3 liter small block. It makes 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. But shutting the door here, the door sounds solid. There is two-person memory seats here. It is an automatic up, automatic down for the driver and passenger. Over here is for your drive mode selector, which shows you tow haul mode, normal, sport, ice and snow. It shows you here on this small helper screen here. Chevy does not offer a full digital display on the Suburban, but you do get an 8-inch display if you go for a higher trim level. But there's just the analog gauges here to show you your coolant temperature, your oil pressure, your fuel gauge, and your battery life. Here's your speed there, also your RPM. Over here's a couple of buttons here for the electronic parking brake, lane keep assist, your stability control, parking sensors, the automatic start stop. Also for that cargo outlet here. This is also for a cart, so just in case you're in downtown, you wanted to put your credit card there or whatnot, you can do so you have easy access to grab it. Like I mentioned, this is for the drive mode selector here, your dimmer switches. This does have a trailer brake control there. This is for the headlight controls. This is a power tilt telescoping wheel. It does offer a good amount of adjustability and range. My Tesla does have forward collision warning with adaptive cruise control, a heated steering wheel. I do like the red stitching here. I wish Chevy would have offered red seats here, but there's your voice commands here. You can cycle through this small helper screen down here by using the little toggle switches here. It does show you different things like your speed, a blank page there, your air filter, your brake life, and whatnot. So you can customize the screen to show you different things. My Tesla does have the company's 10.5-inch display. This does have wireless Android and Apple CarPlay. So Chevy has improved this interior by a lot. Looking at this push button style transmission here, it's different from that good old column shifter. So if you guys want a column shifter, you have to go for the previous generation, which is a 2020 model, because on the 2021s that I'm filming now, Chevy does not offer a column shifter transmission here. But as you guys can see here, this push button style transmission, you pull towards you for reverse. As you guys can see, this backup camera does have a nice resolution. There is multiple cameras around this vehicle. This is a massive vehicle. You can see why Chevy put a plethora of cameras. There's a top-down 360 here of the Suburban. Because this vehicle is really large, you press in for neutral there and you pull drive towards you to put this thing into drive. Of course, there's low mode here. I wish Chevy would offer maybe like paddle shifters, but this does have rocker panels in the back for the volume and also for the sync and track. Over here is for the turn signal stock, and one wiper socket is going to be integrated into one. I do like the airbag cover here with the Chevy bow tie is blacked out. It's a nice touch there. Honestly, I like the steering wheel. It looks really nice. Putting the Suburban back into park, just press the P button here. Like I mentioned, there's more of that red stitching splashed throughout this interior. I like this rubberized material here on the actual dashboard. It feels nice. Nice leather dashboard up here with more stitching, of course. Down here is for the climate control. It is dual climate control. There's 3 level heated seats, not cool seats. You have to go for upper trim in order to get the cool seats. This does have tri-zone climate control. You have your rear climate control. You can turn it on and off if you would like. There's a USB-C, a USB port, a 12-volt. There's also a wireless phone charger down here. I wish Chevy would offer like a flap to close this off, but that's just me nitpicking there. But it is nice if they would have offered that. Volume and tuning knobs here. There's a dedicated back button here for home. This is how the presets look for the radio there. There's a sync and track, also a back button there. There's 2 cup holders here. They're decent size. More than nice rubberized material. It is padded here on the armrest. Open up the center console here. It does have a lot of storage in here. There's USB-C, a USB port, an SD slot reader there. You can also remove this tray and whatnot, but honestly, I'll just keep it in there. You can put a purse and a couple of wallets in there, if anything. Up here is going to be for the dome lights. They're going to be a full LED. There's also 3 car garage mode there. You can also open up the tailgate at max 3.5 quarters, or you can turn it off if you would like. You can also fold down the 3rd row from here. You press the button here, it folds down. You can also raise it back up. No other SUV in this segment offers that. But overall, I'm really impressed here with the Suburban interior. But let's hop into the 2nd and 3rd row. I get into the 2nd row here of the Chevy Suburban. Chevy makes it pretty simple. They give you these fixed running boards here on the side, and they give you this grab handle inside the interior here to get into this vehicle. I'm only 5'8", but still I want to hoist myself up into this big old SUV here. Looking here, these captain's chairs, they're pretty comfortable. They're supportive. I like the red stitching that they offer, just like the front seats. My Tesla is missing a panoramic sunroof. You have to option that in just in case you want to get that here on the RST trim. There's going to be 2 cup holders here with your own set of climate control. There's 3 level heated seats. I'm surprised to see that Chevy didn't offer cool seats here on the RST. There's some charging ports here. There's 2 USB-Cs back here, also with a household outlet. The floor is completely flat thanks to that independent rear suspension to give this thing more cargo space and whatnot. There's 2 mount pockets back here for additional storage. I'm only 5'8". I have plenty of headroom back here, so if you're over 6 feet tall, you can definitely enjoy the 2nd row here. But the 2nd row is not a bad place to sit, and Chevy did a really good job by adding the independent rear suspension. But let's hop into the 3rd row of the Chevy Suburban. So to get into the 3rd row here of the Chevy Suburban, you can either press this little button here on the side. Once you press that, the seat will flop down, and you press it again, the seat will catapult itself forward to reveal a large space here to get into the 3rd row here. But getting back here really quick, sitting here on this side, honestly, I have plenty of space. I'm only 5'8". I have plenty of headroom here. There is LED lights here and the Suburban. There's your air vents up top. Like back here, there's cup holder storage. There's a USB-C back here. You also get a USB-C on this side as well with a storage and cup holder. I have plenty of foot room underneath here. My knees are not touching the seat back here. But overall, the third row is not a bad place to sit. The hood open here for the 2021 Chevy Suburban RST. My tester here has the company's 5.3 liter V8. It's a small block. It makes 355 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission. Chevy will be offering this with a turbo diesel, which makes 277 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. Honestly, I will get that engine because it gets great fuel economy. I think Chevy says you get 24 miles well, basically combined with that diesel powertrain. If you're looking for a bigger engine choice, Chevy does offer a 6.2 liter that makes 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, and that's paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission. So every engine in the Yukon, Escalade, and Suburban are going to be paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission. And as the Suburban sits, it weighs 5,700 pounds. You can tow 8,300 pounds with the RST model that my tester has. Fuel economy is rated at 16 in the city, 20 on the highway, and 18 combined. So starting off in the 2021 Chevy Suburban RST, this would be the trim level that I would pick because it's basically the sweet spot in the Suburban lineup here. Chevy offers this with the LS, which is the base, the LT, the RST, the Premier, also the High Country. The High Country, that's going to be the top dog in the Suburban's portfolio here, but I would prefer the RST. Visibility out of Suburban here is really good. You have a good commanding view of the road. These big side mirrors here, this does have adaptive cruise control with forward collision warning with blind spot monitoring as well. This does have a new underpinnings. This underpins Silverado. It does have an independent rear suspension, which is new for 2021. GM redesigned this vehicle. I showed you guys the Suburban once before, but I showed you guys the LT trim, which is kind of like above the LS trim, so it looks more sporty, which will be the trim level that I would get in the Suburban's lineup here. Steering feel, it's playful, but you can feel what the front tires are doing. It's really responsive. The seats in here, they're comfortable, they hold you in place. I do like the red stitching splashed throughout this interior. I wish Chevy would have offered red seats to go with the RST theme here. RST stands for Rally Sport Truck, if you guys wanted to know what RST stood for. But the ride quality here is really good. Like I mentioned, shout out to that independent rear suspension. It gives the Suburban more cargo room, also more leg room in the third row. And my tester here has the 5.3 liter, which makes 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. If you're looking for another powertrain, Chevy does offer a 6.2 liter that makes 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque, but that's only exclusive for the High Country trim only. So if you're looking for that, you have to go to the Big Dog, which is the High Country trim. That's going to be more, it's going to be more money compared to the RST here, but if you're looking for more power, you have to get the 6.2 liter. That's paired with a 10-speed automatic. All the engine choices in the Suburban, Tahoe, Yukon, Escalade, all of them are going to offer a 10-speed automatic transmission, and Chevy will be offering a 3-liter Duramax diesel. I haven't tested that, not in the Sierra, which is the GMC, or the Silverado, which I haven't tested yet, but they will be offering that diesel powertrain in this one. That one gets over 24 miles to the gallon and over 650 miles of range. So if you're looking for a cruiser that gets over 600 miles of range, you have to check out the diesel. That makes 277 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. Like I mentioned, I haven't tested that one yet, so I'll leave my final judgment until I get my hands on one. With this having a 10-speed automatic, it downshifts and it knows what gear to be in. It's not hunting for gears. I don't feel any harsh vibrations from the chassis or from the steering wheel. Fuel economy is rated at 16 in the city, 20 on the highway, and 18 combined. Like I mentioned, if you're looking to get really good fuel economy, you have to get the Duramax diesel. That's going to offer over 20 miles basically in the city, driving in highway, of course. Driver's assistance, and it does have forward collision warning with emergency braking, with blind spot monitoring. The ride quality here is better than the previous generation, which had the live rear axle, which wasn't a bad driver at all. But if you're looking for a smooth ride quality, the Suburban has a new underpinnings from the Silverado. Like I mentioned, independent rear suspension, more cargo, more leg room, of course. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I like the way that they feel, they hold me in place, but I wish that they were red seats, like I mentioned, to match the theme of the RST, because it's supposed to have more of a sporty theme here. But overall, Chevy did a really good job, and the Suburban's my favorite full-size SUV here in America. So if you're looking for a big SUV that can haul your family and stuff around, this thing has over 144 cubic feet of space, so you can put plenty of items. Once you have all the seats folded down, the Suburban is the better choice to go for. So after spending time with the 2021 Chevy Suburban RST, if you're looking to haul your family and also their stuff, this thing gets over 144.7 cubic feet of space. Honestly, I'm really impressed with what Chevy did with this generation here of Suburban. So how much does the Suburban RST cost? Starting price of my Tesla is at $59,800. My Tesla has the luxury package, including destination. My Tesla tickets for $64,750. Like I mentioned throughout this review, the RST is a sweet spot for me personally because it offers a lot of features, also like blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control. Honestly, that's a sweet spot for me in the Suburban lineup. So if you guys are looking to purchase this Suburban here, you can come to Bomnin Chevrolet and ask for Lazaro. He'll get you into a new, used, or pre-owned vehicle. Hope you guys have enjoyed my full overview on the 2021 Chevy Suburban RST. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews. If you guys want to support the channel, just check out the description box down below, and I catch you all in the next video.